When live streamers leak, career-ruining chaos follows.
I mean, I am open to getting investigated, like actually.
I just clicked the fucking link at 2 a.m. The morals didn't catch up to me.
When I landed on that page, I realized I was doing this live.
When you're live, all it takes is one misclick and your life can instantly be ruined. Which brings us to our first story.
Dude, I'm sorry, like I have like 3 terabytes of hentai on my hard drive, bro. You go to a site, some shit downloads on your shit, you don't fucking want it.
Man reveals extremely suspicious link on live stream. Showing your goon folder on stream is already disastrous enough on its own. But when the content inside has people thinking you should be in prison, well, that's a whole nother level of exposing yourself on stream. Lakari, real name Tremel Tennyson, is a 36-year-old Texas porn Twitch streamer who initially found success as a speedrunner and later a variety streamer.
Hello, Cuco.
Hello.
I'll never forget your soft, delicious Asian feet and giant wet booty.
Lakari's ability to both entertain and network eventually landed him a spot in OTK, putting him in the orbit of streaming giants like Mizkif and Asmongold, which in turn would boost the popularity of Lakari just by being close to those guys. Lakari was a bombastic gamer with a sense of humor. A common joke that he leaned into was the fact that he unashamedly watched hentai and was into anime girls.
K-Queen can do this. Oh my god, she's so cute.
Now click left click twice, slowly.
Oh! Oh!
The whole "I'm a degenerate gooner that's into hentai" thing was a meme in Lakari's community, a seemingly innocent one for a time. But an on-stream leak that occurred in early 2026 seemingly suggests Lakari's jokes about young-looking anime girls could have been indicative of something more serious. What you're about to witness is the mental unraveling of a man caught on live stream with a link to what many allege to be child sexual abuse material. On January 22nd, 2026, Lakari was live streaming to around 5,000 viewers on Twitch, playing League of Legends, when he attempted to pull up a blank notepad document. And when he pulls up the notepad application, an old notepad doc is open with text that said folder couples teens, and then a web URL was next to it. Well, turns out this link allegedly redirected to online files with some disturbing titles. These names allegedly included references to lolicon, which is drawn sexual depictions of children, bestiality content, teen porn content, family nudism, and one that was literally called Rare Collection. Yeah, and it's important to note that the link that was in Lakari's notepad document, it was highlighted, suggesting that it had been copied and pasted into a browser. Perhaps by him. The chat notices the bizarre leak almost immediately, and many of them are typing in chat like, bro, what the fuck was that link? Teens? What was that? Within moments, the clip of Lakari seemingly exposing himself for viewing CSAM was going viral on livestream fails. His stream chat is flooded with people calling him a pedophile.
You guys are, oh, dude, stop, man. Dude, cut it out. This is fucking trolling. I didn't save the link. I literally deleted it. I didn't even fucking open it. I literally deleted it.
If you were to ask me to show you a recording of somebody who has been fucking caught in 4K, I would show you this stream clip. But body language alone isn't Lakari's only problem here. If you were being accused of potentially showing a link to potential CSAM in the middle of a live stream, I think any lawyer in the world would tell you to immediately shut off the stream and keep quiet. But what Lakari does next is what has made this situation so historic, if you will. Instead of shutting everything off and looking into what just happened, Lakari proceeds to stream for another 6 hours, spending almost all of this time hopelessly fighting with people in his chat that are calling him a pedophile. Even if the guy did nothing wrong, he's just sitting there failing time and time again to give a logical explanation as to why he would have such a disturbing link saved and highlighted in a document on his notepad.
How does it end up there? Okay, let me explain what happened. All right, I was surfing a site. Okay, the shit got downloaded like I didn't trigger a fucking download, it just got downloaded. I opened up the fucking text document. I saw what was in it. I deleted the text document. I deleted it. But the problem with Windows 11 is that even if you delete the text document, it apparently still stays there. So it was still there after I deleted it. I've told you guys 1,000 times that's what happened. Like, dude, I'm sorry. Like, I have like a fucking 3 terabytes of fucking hentai on my fucking hard drive, bro. Like a lot. It's in the fucking investigation, bro. I don't have any of this shit on my PC, man. Oh, I didn't do anything. I didn't fucking do anything. That's why I'm not fucking crying and sobbing, bitch. I didn't fucking do anything, dumbass.
If Lakari really did view illegal content, this stream was damning. The guy was singing like a stool pigeon despite his moderation team and chat begging him to shut his mouth. At least one of his channel moderators quit during the stream, writing in chat, quote, "End your stream, dude. This isn't funny. This isn't a joke or something you can laugh off. I hope that this somehow was a mistake or a virus, but it's looking real bad. I'm unmodding myself and unassociating with you." And that was the big issue here. Lakari was doing such a bad job explaining himself, it just looked like he thought it was funny that people caught him, allegedly possessing some sort of illegal content. Near the end of the stream, Lakari seems to come to the conclusion that he was going to jail.
2026 is my fucking, apparently I'm gonna get fucked. I'm gonna drop this off and get fucked in 2026. That's the only thing that's fucking happening in 2026. I'm getting fucked in my ass.
Finally, after a grueling 6-hour self-burial, Lakari would finally end the stream. I think it goes without saying this looked absolutely horrible for Lakari. At best, he was a degenerate gooner, and at worst, the guy had potentially viewed CSAM images and was lying about it. Not long after ending the stream, he would be suspended on Twitch indefinitely and banned from Kick. The social repercussions were felt almost immediately. Folks across the internet were calling the guy a pedo. Even one of his exes came out of the woodwork to comment on the disturbingly named files.
Imagine telling your ex that you got diddled as a kid by a family member and then finding out on the World Wide Web that's the sick shit he jerks off to.
Diddled?
And now you question every interaction with him, thinking, is he getting off to the ideal?
So what's next? Were the cops coming to Lakari's house and locking him up? Not exactly. A day after the notepad leak, Lakari would release a statement to X, wherein he essentially claimed that if there was illegal content somewhere within that link on his notepad, he didn't view it. A quote from Lakari's X account. During my last stream, I opened a notepad which revealed a link. The list in the link included titles that suggested child sex abuse material further down. I have never consumed this type of content, nor do I think it's acceptable. I decided to keep streaming in an effort to downplay the severity of the situation, which was deceptive. This was a mistake that I deeply regret and apologize for. The link gave access to abusive material for anyone to see. This is serious and harmful. I recognize that trivializing abusive material on stream is not okay and can lead to real harm. It's my responsibility to provide a safe space for my community and peers in it, which I failed to do. I am taking real steps to change my ways. I've admitted myself into a porn addiction recovery program that will last 30 days. During this time, I'll be able to work out there while also receiving professional therapy and treatment for my addiction. Browsing hentai and porn websites as an escape has been a serious problem for as long as I can remember. This treatment will come with an indefinite hiatus to my live streams to allow myself to focus on recovery, so I can hopefully contribute a net positive to society. Now, in my opinion, this is not a satisfactory response. I mean, if you had a notepad link pointing to some giant trove of porn content, some of which that you described as abusive material in your tweet, we're just supposed to believe at face value that you responsively hand selected, only the above board adult hentai stuff and didn't see anything else? You gotta understand why people might have a hard time believing this. I mean, a normal person would never even find themselves in the proximity to abusive material. At least in my opinion, Lakari was looking sus here. When this explanation didn't satisfy the masses, days later on January 28th, Licari would follow up, making claims that the content within the notepad link had been, quote, looked into, unquote, and no illegal material was found. He says this, "I want to clear up two things while I'm getting my shit together. I'm only into 2D hentai content. I don't watch, seek out, or download real-world 3D porn, and I do not engage with or support anything involving minors in any form. After the stream, the files and links that showed up were looked into. There is no illegal material in them. The problem was how bad some of the titles looked and the fact that I didn't shut things down fast enough on stream. This is on me. I handled everything poorly. I get why people are troubled, and I should have taken it more seriously in the moment. I'm owning up to that, and I wanted these facts to be clear. Thanks for allowing me this time so I can focus on fixing myself." So Licari says he didn't see anything illegal, and he explains that his waffling around for 6 hours is because in his mind, he thought that if he stayed live, it would suggest that he was innocent, because in his mind, only a guilty person would shut off stream. But I think to a lot of people, you just look like a fucking dumbass that was trying to cover up something, and you were doing that in an effort to appear as if you were innocent, and also sort of trivializing the situation. As many on X have pointed out, this does kind of feel like one of those, we investigated ourselves and found no evidence of wrongdoing posts from some sort of company. The internet has never truly jived with Licari's excuses in this situation, and there now exists an overall vibe of wariness when it comes to associating with him for obvious reasons. This is still a pretty fresh story after all, at least at the time of me making this video. Licari's future is currently in limbo. While he was unbanned from Twitch in late February of 2026, he hasn't gone live since the day of the notepad incident. The radio silence surrounding him at this moment is a bit eerie. While it's possible that it's nothing more than him getting his life together, after all, he did say that he was literally going to do that, one has to wonder if there is some sort of investigation going on behind the scenes. Or perhaps Licari himself could be planning some sort of big evidence pack where he attempts to forensically disprove that anything in the file pack was CSAM in an effort to clear his name once and for all. While I guess it's reasonable to take him at face value that he's just taking a break, it has been many months at this point, and I wouldn't close the book on those other two situations being possible, so stay tuned. As you can see, when a live streamer loses control of their broadcast, disaster happens. But you know what can be even worse for the average person is when you lose control of your wallet. I mean, big money is at stake.
Now me, I don't have to worry about losing my wallet because my wallet has a Extra tracking card in it. Oh, and the wallet itself, this is an Extra Wallet Pro. Extra is the brand behind Lionel Messi's official wallet, if you didn't know. The Extra Pro is a sleek aluminum and Italian leather wallet with a premium feel that I just can't get enough of. It holds up to 14 cards and has this really neat ejection switch, if you will, that makes sure that you're gonna be the fastest guy in any self-checkout line in America, or whatever country you're watching from. Even has a little spot for your cash bills. Me personally, I usually keep my tracking card on the back here so it's extra loud when it goes off. Father's Day is right around the corner and I'm actually gonna gift one of these to my dad because he's always losing his wallet. I think he'll appreciate the premium feel. The Italian leather here is just really great.
Right now, Extra has up to 50% off on products from their Father's Day sale. Well, you can enter my code WAVY at checkout and you'll get 20% off on top of that as well. Go to partner.extra.com/wavywebserve and use code WAVY for an extra 20% off your purchase. I want to give a big thanks to Extra for sponsoring, and you guys go take advantage of that great deal. She leaked the view-botting software while live. Aside from accidentally showing viewers your disgusting extracurricular activity, another way to get banned is view-botting. I've seen a lot of discussion around view-botting recently, with folks accusing everyone from established Twitch streamers to controversial Kick broadcasters of doing it. Everyone gets accused of it, but it's notoriously difficult to prove that people are actually using it, and very few have been caught. And with that said, allow me to introduce you to one of them. Queen Gloria RP is a Brazilian live streamer with 29.1k followers on Kick, and at one point she had about 4,000 on Twitch. Gloria describes her streams as gaming related, but for all intents and purposes, she is nothing more than a goon bait streamer who makes borderline stripper content for donations. I can hear the wavy hates women commenters in the section, but can you just look at what's on screen right now? How is that not an accurate description of what's fucking going on here? But even with her ass and tits on full display, she couldn't crack high view numbers. And that's when she allegedly turned to the dark arts. On March 18th, 2025, Queen Gloria was broadcasting to Twitch, talking to her chat about her favorite frog species of all things. And she secretly opens up a tab in the background. However, it wasn't actually in the background or much of a secret at all. The window was viewable in the corner of her screen.
Crypophilia. Shit happens. Hi, Chief. Hello.
Yeah, what you're seeing here is some sort of view botting application that allows the user to select the number of views that they want botted, how often to send these fake viewers in, and it even gives the option to have the bot send comments at specific intervals. Gloria stupidly shows the view bot on screen for several seconds until finally minimizing it and realizing she had been caught.
Okay, I will be right back, guys. I'll be right back. I'll just come back in a sec.
Clearly in damage control mode, she shuts down the stream and deletes the VOD, but then returns, claiming she only left because there was an OBS issue. Nah, lady, you subtract the O, you got a BS issue and you're fucking full of it.
You guys still here? Still here? Oh shit. Internet went out. No, I needed to do a little, my OBS was asking me to reset something and I needed to stop stream. That's so sad, but I'm back.
The clip of her seemingly view botting got almost immediately clipped and was shared on X by the user WizKick, who described themselves as the bot police of Twitch. This person wrote, "Caught in 4K, Twitch streamer Queen Gloria RP accidentally tabs in her ViewBot app on stream today. Panics in stream, deletes VOD, verified on Kick too. Fraud doesn't get clearer than this. Buckle up, the data doesn't lie." Wiz would also take a look at her Kick numbers and point out some statistical discrepancies in screenshots that further implied her stream engagement wasn't organic. And you can see in these graphs, it's like very obvious that there's some sort of manipulation going on here. The face you make when you know your account will be gone in some days, somebody on X said. Now, Gloria would respond to the view botting allegations, and despite being seen with the bot page up on her browser midstream, she denied using it. Gloria responded with this on Twitter, addressing the post accusing me of view botting. "It was indeed a major slip and it's actually funny it happened, but let's talk about it then. About 4 or 5 days ago, my numbers noticeably changed on Kick and Twitch. At first I thought, oh wow, I'm growing, but not a lot of new chatters or followers. The day before yesterday, a friend said, I think someone's view botting you. And my first reaction was to be really confused. Why would somebody ever spend so much money to view bot me? It didn't make sense. I had never even researched how the process was or how much it costed. Yesterday, a quick Google led me to this website called Dog Hype, and it turns out anyone can view bot anyone without their consent for like 60 cents. What the actual fuck? Is it that easy? I had the thing opened as one of my tabs while I was live streaming and it showed on stream, but I don't and I've never view botted before. If anything, this just shows how a noob and clueless I am to the whole thing. And yeah, I deleted the VOD immediately because I was afraid of, well, people thinking I'm a cheat." She claimed somebody was botting her, it rose her curiosity, and she just happened to be checking it out at the time while she was streaming talking about frogs when numbers were low. I don't know, homegirl. It's like you're at a crime scene next to the dead body with a loaded gun and shell cases littered all around. No, I was just learning how to hold the gun at this particular place and time. I didn't shoot anybody. At the time, folks really had no way to know for sure if Gloria did or didn't view bot. But a pretty strong anecdotal piece of evidence that she did was, well, not long after her statement, Gloria was indefinitely banned from Twitch for violating their terms of service. Any doubt in regard to Gloria's view botting would be crushed the day after her ban when Gloria herself just fully fucking admitted to doing it. I guess she was like, if I'm banned, I might as well capitalize off the drama. On March 20th, 2025, Gloria would upload a video to her YouTube channel titled, "I went viral because I got caught botting on Twitch." In this video, she fully admits that she lied in her previous tweet and was in fact actually botting, though she does say that it was the only time she had ever used the service. She says once she realized how easy and cheap it was, she just couldn't resist the temptation.
Quick research showed me that actually botting wasn't that difficult. It was quite available, and that tempted me. But I managed to get caught the first time and only time I do it. Okay, let me explain how it all happened, because it is quite funny actually. I got caught up in this really nice conversation about frogs, and we started watching some YouTube videos because I want to build a frog terrarium. While I was browsing through some of those tabs, I then eventually landed on the page of the bot. But I forgot I was screen sharing.
I forgot. Brain.
Maybe because the frogs were really making me excited. I don't know. When I landed on that page, I was like, oh yeah, I was gonna bot. And then I realized, oh fuck, I was doing this live.
The replies in the comment section would be mixed, some congratulating her on taking accountability, while others were just like, you're a dumb bimbo. Some comments, ah yes, you were only botting the one time you got caught. What a coincidence. Another, it just makes it worse when you go from someone paid for you to have a view bot and you had no idea to now saying you paid for it, but it's the one and only time. Lies on top of lies looks more embarrassing, honestly, just saying. Gloria still occasionally streams on Kick, but as you might imagine, her career continues to be a failure to launch dumpster fire. She really is nothing more than a goon bait streamer, albeit with an interesting badge of being one of the people dumb enough to actually get caught view botting while live on stream. Congratulations, Gloria, we support you and keep chasing your dreams. The deepfake streamer porn scandal. It's not an everyday thing by any means, but yes, there have been a handful of cases of streamers accidentally revealing the porn they watch live on stream. You're playing Fortnite, hit Alt-Tab at an inopportune time, and well, you just showed thousands of viewers exactly what you goon to when the cameras are off. Embarrassing, but not career ruining. But what happens when the adult content that you leaked on stream is unconsented material of your colleagues and friends? That was the dilemma of Brandon Irwing, aka Atrioc.
I don't know. I just clicked the fucking link at 2 a.m. and the morals didn't catch up to me.
Atrioc is a Twitch streamer from Glendale, Arizona. He's got a long history with Twitch, actually having worked as a company marketing manager for them back in 2014.
I am Ben Fishsticks Goldhaber, and I'm joined as always by our awesome co-hosts. We've got Atrioc, we've got Soma, and John Carnage is joining us.
Atrioc left as an employee of Twitch in 2017 and began working for Nvidia, but he was still involved in the Twitch community. Atrioc would meet many figures who would later become big-time streamers, one of note being at the time SoCal Smash Melee player Ludwig. Atrioc was able to help Ludwig as a streamer early on thanks to his back-end knowledge of the platform. And his support of Ludwig would be paid back in time, as Lud ends up becoming a big star that could pull strings. While everyone was cooped up during COVID, Atrioc decides to start streaming in a serious capacity on his own. And he found success rather quickly. With his deep roots at Twitch and a powerful ally in the form of the rapidly growing Ludwig, Atrioc was soon rubbing shoulders with high-powered streamers, creators most of you watching are familiar with. He collabed with the likes of Miskiff, Hassan Piker, QT Cinderella, who is Ludwig's girlfriend, and of course Ludwig himself on dozens of occasions. And it could be said that Atrioc was friends or at least acquainted with tons of other influential streamers like Pokimane, XQC, Maya Higa, and many more. You guys remember that post-COVID era on Twitch where the LA streamers were collabing all the time, playing Among Us, starting mediocre podcasts, and participating in half-baked cooking streams? Atrioc was buddies with some of these guys, and him being in this beneficial network was in many ways thanks to Ludwig. Ludwig was without question one of Atrioc's closest allies on Twitch. After all, the two came up in the industry together and helped one another out immensely at various points in their careers. And it's these facts that make the betrayal we're about to discuss sting even more. On January 26, 2023, Atrioc was streaming to his audience on Twitch while in the midst of a Hitman 3 playthrough. At some point during this stream, he alt-tabs and brings up his background windows. doing so to pull up Google to search for a time conversion. When doing so, all opened web browser tabs are shown on his stream for what couldn't have been more than milliseconds, but that's all eagle-eyed viewers needed. Among tabs such as YouTube, Discord, and Twitch dashboards was a porn website open in the background. And it wasn't just any porn website. It was a deepfake porn website that trafficked in AI-altered photos of female live streamers, putting the faces of real streamers on fake enhanced bodies. And the photos allegedly present on the tab that Atrioc had opened were deepfake AI images of his colleagues, specifically Pokimane and Maya Higa. The website also allegedly contained deepfake images of Ludwig's girlfriend, QT Cinderella, and other streamers from the Twitch community. And apparently he had watched a paywalled video that featured Twitch streamer deepfakes. Yeah, that's not good. So there are many reasons why this is disturbing and problematic, but allow me to, I guess, yap about a few. Firstly, AI knew deepfake content, unconsented use of someone's likeness, putting them without consent in a sexual pose, completely unethical. It's violative, and in 2025, this stuff can actually be illegal to make. And I know he didn't make it, but he did look at it. Next, you add in the fact that the celebrity deepfakes on the site were of Atrioc's, so to speak, co-workers, people who had been friendly with him, or at the very least existed in similar communities online. One of them, of course, being Ludwig's actual girlfriend. That adds a level of depravity and creepiness to the thing. I mean, I wouldn't blame anybody for thinking that it colors his prior interactions with these women IRL and on stream differently. And third and final thing I want to mention is that Atrioc was actually a married man. Yeah, his wife Ariana would on occasion come on his stream and was known by his viewers, so that's a whole nother can of worms. Needless to say, Atrioc was facing career destruction. The clip showing him accidentally leaking that he consumed the streamer girl deepfakes broke containment days later on January 30th, and the story exploded after it got on livestream fails. Some were initially hesitant to believe it was as bad as the headline said, but Atrioc himself would take to stream later on the day that the leak went viral, admitting to what he had done in one of the most bizarre apology/confession videos ever uploaded to the internet. In this now notorious all hands on deck live stream, Atrioc, with his wife blurredly looming in the background, offers vague and panicked apologies while attempting to spin a narrative that he just got carried away and clicked on a few links on Pornhub that led him into paying for deepfake content. To make the whole apology even more Black Mirror-like is that there's just a bunch of fucking unserious chatters spamming walls of emotes throughout all of this.
I want to say, first of all, that it's true. It's 100% true. I looked at a deepfake porn video of streamers. It was this one video on the same day, and I just stupidly left the fucking tab open. And it was at 2 a.m. on the night before when Ari was out of town. So, and again, there's no excuse for it. I'm not defending anyway. I think this whole fucking category of stuff is wrong. And I'm in these fucking Discords, and I just feel so embarrassing to me. But I was on fucking Pornhub, dude. I was on a fucking regular ass normal fucking website, and there was an ad. There's an ad on every fucking video for this fucking. So I know other people must be clicking it because it's on every fucking video for fucking deepfake thing. And then I click it, and I'm fucking in this fucking rabbit hole. And at 2 a.m. I don't know. I got morbidly curious, and I click something, and I it's just fucking it's gross. It's gross, and I'm sorry. I really am. I really fucking am.
This is deeply upsetting and extremely embarrassing, but I do believe Brandon in saying this is not a pattern of behavior. You know, he's pretty transparent with everything, keeping all his tabs open all the time, so I'm pretty privy to what he's up to. Brandon always clicks through paywalls, so that wasn't kind of like an obstacle for him. And when he assures me that he'll never do anything like this again, I fully believe that.
And it's something I'm not taking lightly.
Needless to say, Atrioc's response to the deepfake leak wasn't received all too well. He was completely incoherent, and his explanation and excuses for viewing the content were unsatisfactory to say the least. The stumble down a rabbit hole explanation is insane. Like, yeah, buddy, you could say that all right. You know, just stumbled down, clicked a couple links accidentally and entered my credit card. How did this even happen? Also, you can't help but feel bad for the wife. The fact that she's just sitting there, clearly emotionally devastated, but still attempting to protect Atrioc as he's admitting to looking at deepfake AIs of Twitch streamer colleagues, it's just brutal. It's around this time that those who were allegedly featured non-consensually on the deepfake site, they started speaking out in regard to their thoughts about Atrioc and his behavior, and of course him broadcasting this stuff on stream. Pokemon's response was this, quote, "Stop sexualizing people without their consent. That's it. That's the tweet." Another streamer, Sweet Anita, would say this in response to Atrioc's apology, quote, "This story was how I found out that I'm on this website. I literally chose to pass up millions by not going into sex work, and some random Cheeto-encrusted porn addict solicits my body without my consent instead. Don't know whether to cry, break stuff, or laugh at this point." Maya Higa, whose deepfake was allegedly on the page that Atrioc had pulled up on his browser, would put out a longer statement, writing this, "In 2018, I was inebriated at a party and I was used for a man's sexual gratification without my consent. Today, I have been used by hundreds of men for gratification without my consent. The world calls my 2018 experience rape. The world is debating over the validity of my experience today. The debate over experience as women in this is not shockingly amongst men. None of you should care or listen to what any male streamer's take is on how we feel." But of course, the most intense reaction given their relationship via Ludwig would come from QT Cinderella. QT allegedly had many deepfakes of herself on this site, and not only was she distraught about her friend using such a website, but Atrioc's ham-fisted apology and the frenzy surrounding the story had the knock-on effect of sending hundreds of people to that website who would then consume the deepfake content in question. Content QT had apparently been spending money already to get removed from the internet.
Fuck Atrioc for showing it to thousands of people. Fuck the people DMing me pictures of myself from that website. Fuck you all. This is what it looks like. This is what the pain looks like.
With the exposure of his disturbing proclivity, Atrioc had burned literally every bridge he had. Even for Ludwig, this was too much. I mean, after all, Lud's girlfriend was directly involved. How could he not cut ties?
I don't want to, like, be a defender of Atrioc, you know? Like, that's not what I want to do. Like, I do believe, maybe naively, as the guy who's been scammed for $50,000, that he isn't, like, a shitty, seedy person who's, like, secretly jacking off to my girlfriend. Like, I don't think that's that guy. I think he fucked up. But sometimes, like, that's enough. Like, one fuck up is enough.
This seemed like the natural end of the road for Atrioc. And while yes, Atrioc's reputation was permanently damaged by this, I have to give him credit for being one of the only disgraced social media figures that has made a good faith effort at reconciling with their mistake, especially as one as seemingly unrecoverable as this was. And in recent times, he has even managed to earn back the trust of both his audience and some of the colleagues that he crossed by viewing that deepfake content. On March 14th, 2023, after a 6-week break, Atrioc would return to Twitch for the first time since his controversy, announcing that not only had he taken serious steps to reconciling, but was working directly to remove non-consensual deepfake content from the internet entirely, using his own money to do so.
Also, if you are a creator on Twitch, if you're female, male, NB, whatever, if you're dealing with this kind of problem and you're lost or confused, or you just don't want to get overcharged, or you just want to know more about what your options are, I am happy. I'm personally happy to catch you up on what I know, help however I can, including possibly financially. Again, I have to make sure my own, I don't have a big income right now, so, but however I can help. Like, if you need help on it, I know a lot about it now. I can connect you with the right people, and I think we can help. All right.
Over the next 6 months, Atrioc would spend close to $122,000 helping streamers and online content creators remove their deepfakes from the web. More time would pass and he would intermittently provide Twitch viewers with updates in regard to this battle. In one update, he revealed that by the summer of 2023, in just 6 months' time, his efforts had resulted in a reported 193,000 pieces of said deepfake sexualized content being removed from the internet. The site that he had visited had since been shut down, and many of the female content creators who were on it actually worked directly with Atrioc in his efforts to purge the web of this content.
I'm super proud to say that as of as of July 9th, we got 193,000 things taken down, and 400,000 DMCA requests submitted. So just it's going to cost $9 million, I think, is our estimate based on the previous method. And we did it with 120,000, which is just it's fucking awesome.
The road to redemption has been a long one for Atrioc, and he's still walking it, if I'm being honest. This scandal, without a doubt, clipped the wings of his Twitch career, and he'll never be a superstar in the conventional sense because of it. But he has taken the correct steps to at least deserve a modest career as a streamer, I think. And that's effectively what he has going for him now in 2026. It's unlikely that he'll ever be integrated deeply into that upper echelon streamer community in the same way again. Though that being said, some in that community have been willing to forgive him in light of his reconciliatory efforts.
This is a man who has done virtually everything in his power to try and redeem himself. If you still hate him after all of that, that's fine. But he still did it. I know. I think you guys need to understand something, but growth is important. I think allowing people to better themselves, especially if they've made an earnest effort to redeem themselves, is a fundamental part of being an empathetic leftist.
In recent times, even QT Cinderella has been able to forgive Atrioc after seeing his good faith efforts, though the jury is still out on the others that were affected by his actions.
So let's talk about it. I mean, there's nothing to talk. For the record, chat, it's just human experience. It's like whatever.
Don't get cocky.
I'm also a forgiver, and I also think Atrioc put more effort into fixing the problem than anybody would ever who else was put in that situation. But I haven't personally spent any time with him yet. I will still talk to him casually about some stuff. Yeah, I haven't seen him in person.
It's unfortunate that sick people out there create this sort of deepfake content, and worse still that Atrioc inadvertently promoted it. But the silver lining here is that he was able to get a lot of it taken down. And people nowadays are very much aware of why this stuff is bad, and there are actually laws regarding it. I think it's fair to say that Atrioc's controversy helped put this issue on the radar of lawmakers, and that's why you have stuff like the Take It Down Act, which explicitly forbids the creation of unconsented, deepfake content made out of people, where it's sexualized. TikTok beggar gets busted by his mom. Many on TikTok have been exposed for faking medical issues or hardship in an effort to get sympathy donations. This fella that you're seeing on screen did exactly that, groveling to his audience. TikToker Hellcat Whippa was live farming donations, telling his chat that family was about to kick him out of the house and that he'd need money for the upcoming hardship he was about to suffer. However, it would soon be proven that wasn't the case when bro's loving mother walks in midstream, spoiling the entire sob story plot.
Mackenzie ate you. No, get out. Now.
I just got a phone call. I just got a phone call from somebody said you was in your room, you was on TikTok, and you said you had to get out by tomorrow.
Go out. Go. Go.
Said you was in
out.
your room crying.
Out.
While there really isn't much lore to this, it's fucking hilarious to me that someone this pathetic exists. Like making it your job to villainize your family members, saying that they're kicking you out of the house for TikTok donos, and then your own loving mother walks in concerned for you, saying, "People are calling telling us that you're getting kicked out and you're in trouble." Like, it's crazy, bro. If you're gonna be a TikTok beggar, grow some actual balls and fake cancer or something. Jesus. Leaking your crypto wallet live on stream. So have you guys ever seen the clip of the streamer freaking out after accidentally showing his crypto wallet seed phrase and losing hundreds of thousands of dollars?
Okay. Lads, oh fuck. Was that my seed phrase? Where the fuck is my foie at? all the fucking fog is out of my wallet right now, all the shoggy.
This is actually a fake video. Yeah, it's a skit. I know because I almost fucking wrote an entire chapter about it before figuring this out. But somebody showing their crypto wallet seed phrase on stream and subsequently getting siphoned has actually happened before. On August 31st, 2023, Brazilian crypto streamer Ivan Bianco, aka Fraternidade Crypto, was live streaming on YouTube when he leaked his crypto wallet seed phrase while attempting to retrieve passwords for the Gala Games platform. For those who don't know, a crypto wallet seed phrase is a string of unique words that must be entered in a specific order to gain access to a crypto wallet. It's a, so to speak, master key and should be protected at all costs if you value your crypto. Which is why most people actually write down their seed phrases and store them in a real-life physically secure location like a safe or a lockbox. But not this guy. Ivan had all of his seed phrases stored within a text file in a notepad document on his computer like a fucking idiot. And well, during a careless moment, he flashed the document on his stream.
Meu e-mail tá deslogado e eu não tô com o celular aqui. Deixa eu ver um negócio aqui rapidão. Caralho, acho que eu fiz cagada aqui, hein, mano. Nossa, cara.
This is like showing somebody your bank account details on Livestream, and realizing his disastrous mistake, Ivan swiftly ended the stream. But it was too late. An anonymous individual watching the stream quickly seized control of the wallet and pilfered over $60,000 worth of funds from it. Returning to stream visibly distraught, the live streamer pled to the ones who had taken his money, saying this, quote, "I accidentally showed my private key live and the person had really quickly sent it to another address. I tried to close the broadcast and send crypto to another address, but it was too late." Ivan claimed that he had lost his life savings and offered a reward if the money was returned. He added that he planned to involve the local police. And I have to say, if you lost your life savings, how are you paying a reward? Thankfully for Ivan, he would get some resolution to his getting robbed issue here, as the man was reportedly able to recover a significant amount of the funds that were taken from him, when the viewer who took the money just returned it. I guess they thought it might have been funny to take it, but that's fucking really nice of them, holy shit. Quote, "I recovered $50,000, approximately 86,000 Matic. Everything else is still lost, incalculable value, as there are NFTs, estimated value of approximately 15,000 still lost." In the stream, he explains that one of the individuals who stole from him had reached out via Discord and had returned a significant portion of the funds. Ivan would also receive a bit of backlash, with some thinking this whole ordeal was faked for publicity, which he calls absurd, saying that he had filed a police report and everything about it, which to me suggests that it was real. And well, you made it to the end of the video. I want to give a major shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys. Wavy Web Surf out. Peace.